Hi everyone, Jessica Morales joining you now. I have the pleasure by being joined by our 2020 Pinnacle Award winner. This is Dean Sharon Wood. She is the Dean of Cockrell School of Engineering for the University of Texas at Austin. Thank you for joining us, Sharon.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Great to have you. We want to start off by thanking you and congratulating you for this, and we admire your success. Can you talk to us a little bit about your motivation really behind your career in education and what you've done?
Yeah, I actually went to grad school thinking I'd spend a year, get a master's degree, and then go work as a practicing structural engineer. But my advisor was just such a dynamic person and really got me excited about doing research that I decided that I was going to pursue an academic career.
I'm sure many of your students and everyone very appreciative of that. Can you tell us how you find really a good work-life balance? You know, we ask a lot of women and men really that, you know, it's trying times and then things can change often. Do you have advice for younger professionals or anyone trying to find their way?
So we were discussing this last night at dinner, and I think that work-life balance is a bit of a myth because you can't do everything, and sometimes work-life balance implies you can. What I find for myself is I have to just set time for myself early in the morning. So the 5:30 to 7:30 time frame is when I exercise, and I find if I exercise, that keeps my stress levels down and I can then get on with the rest of the day. But if I try to wait until later in the day to do it, I just run out of time because, as you say, there are always emergencies that come up.
And that can add more stress too, I guess, if you're thinking I was going to work out, but so just having that structure.
Right, so I put some structure around my life, and that has made a huge difference for me.
Good advice there. Also, if you can talk about your greatest accomplishment or something that you look back on and very proud of.
So I think the technical achievement that I like the most, or I'm most proud of, is I worked with an electrical engineer for about 12 years to develop a type of sensor that we use that could be used to monitor infrastructure. And the reason why I like this so much is that neither of us could have done this alone, but it was only because we came together with very different backgrounds that we developed something that hadn't been done before. And as I mentioned, we could not have done alone. So it's that collaboration that I really think back and value most among my career.
We're very thankful at Hart Energy to be able to spend time with you and the 25 influential women in energy honorees that we've been able to honor. Can you talk to us, Sharon, about maybe challenges or risks that you've faced in your career with being a woman?
I think overall I've had more advantages than challenges. I think that's absolutely true. But there is always this thing in the back of your mind of why are you being invited to do something, or why are you here? And so I'll give an example. In early 1990s, I was invited to go to a small conference in Europe. And I happened to be sitting on the bus with the organizer of the event, and he told me, oh, you gave a great talk. And I wasn't expecting it. We were told we had to invite a woman, and so I had low expectations. And so that challenges you that, right, you have to be better than everyone. But in the back, you're always wondering in the back of the mind, are people thinking the same thing, that you're the token person? So I'm very hopeful that doesn't happen anymore. I think the fact that you were able to honor so many outstanding women today tells me that women's presence is much more pervasive. But I think those kind of little doubts are what can cause you to really question yourself.
And do you think events such as, you know, having a chance to honor women that have been excelled in their careers or really in working with nonprofit organizations or whatever it may be, do you think there's a good place for that with putting that out into the world as well?
I think it is absolutely fantastic, because a lot of times within an individual company, you might feel alone in your position, but the women today, they now are building this network. So not only are you highlighting their accomplishments so everyone sees it, you've done something very special for them, that you've helped them develop a network that they will use for the rest of their careers.
And I do have to ask you, with education, what do you think is the future for being able to encourage young women or to want to get into STEM or do things as in that field as well? Over
the past 30 years or so, there's been a real emphasis on outreach and trying to get girls to stay involved or stay interested in math and science. A lot of times the kids do great when they're in elementary school, but then they get the feeling that math isn't cool when they get to junior high. So having the outreach effort so that they can see role models and see a future for themselves and get them to take those courses that they need in junior high and stay interested is really important.
Very important. Thank you so much, Sharon. We appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. And for Hart Energy, I'm Jessica Morales.